What's up, YouTube? We are doing a full action replay team tonight. Now, leave those theme team suggestions in the comment section. Any other theme teams you think are pretty cool or give you something really interesting? Do it there. You may get picked for a Mystery Monday. And as usual, the highest thumbs up comment will be the winner. Make sure you check out the playlist and the freaking paste bin to see what's coming up. Okay, so I replicated, the typical action replay Hacksaw 1337 Hacksaw team in there as best as I possibly could. I couldn't do Shiny Celebi, obviously, because you can't get it Shiny, and I did them as learning their last 4 level up moves and no items like the little challenge was. So, I was getting wins faster than, the Fine Brothers subscribers were dropping. Alright, so let's get to this battle anyway. So we have Primal Kyogre as the lead. Sorry, I'm getting excited. So, a lot of these battles, as you can imagine, were wipes. I wasn't being serious before, if you didn't really get that, the sarcasm in my voice. So this was the best battle that I had. So we have a sheer cold Kyogre here, right off the bat. So I was like, okay, it's going to be one of these battles again. It's just going to be a wipe. So down goes my Kyurem. It didn't even get a chance to attack. I was going to use Outrage. That was one of its last moves that it got. Okay, so we're going to go into Celebi here. I actually went for Leaf Storm because I thought that would be the best move that I could use against the Kyogre. And in comes Diancie. It tanks this Leaf Storm absolutely beautifully, and it actually evens the score up to 5-all. Right. So that was awesome. They checked that really well. That was an incredible check. Okay, so we have Groudon coming in, which I thought would actually come in. Definitely won't be Primal or anything. Now, I didn't have anything to hit this with. I had on Celebi, I had Nasty Plot, Leaf Storm, Perish Song. Shit, what was the other move? If you want to know what the last 4 moves are, you can just check up Celebi and you go to their highest. The highest level and just check the last 4 moves, and that's what I was using. Okay, anyway, so I went for Perish Song here because that was the best thing I wanted to do against this. I thought I'd probably die on this turn anyway. It goes for that Lava Plume there. Even though it's pretty weak, it's going to take my Celebi out there, which sucks. Bye-bye, Celebi. So, off to a bit of a shaky start here. So I'm going to bring in my Mew here. Now, sorry, this was the Baton Passing one. This was the Nasty Plot Baton Pass. I was getting mixed up on some of the moves. Nasty Plot Baton Pass, Aura Sphere. A lot of Legends learn Aura Sphere, which is interesting. And it got me first as well. So I got a Nasty Plot here. I thought Groudon may use whatever move it was going to use. I thought I could tank it because Mew's got nice, tanky stats. Now we're going to have Mega Latios here, which I don't really like how they have Latios and Latias the same sort of shiny. Anyway, I went for a really risky play here, went for the Me First, hoping it went for a Draco move. I outsped, I was like, lol, what the hell? And it goes for Draco move and lands. It's like, holy shit, this is the best. This is going to be a blooper if this battle was a wipe. I'm going to add this in the bloopers, and it turned out to be a pretty interesting battle. So there you go, that takes it out, lol. So make sure you stick around for the bloopers too. There's a couple of funny ones there. Okay, so we got Kyogre coming out again. I was thinking, what should I do here? Should I take the... I was like, it's probably going to be like Origin Pulse or something, because let's face it, this team is going to... It's going to only work against a very inexperienced player. That's the joke of the whole team. Just understand that. So it goes for Thunder. I'm like, okay. Imagine if I went Me First, then that would have been hilarious. So Palkia is going to get paralyzed by that. Of course it is. Now I've got this. This got some interesting moves. This got Spatial Rend. It got Hydro Pump, Aqua Tail, which was interesting. Man, I forget the other ones. I can't remember all the other moves at the moment, but as I said, you can go check them out if you want. Okay, so Groudon comes in here. I just went for Spatial Rend. That was my best option here. Maybe I think I was going to go for a water type move on Groudon. That does some nice damage there. Nearly takes it out. Oh, I was very, very close. Scumbag Fissure! So that misses, which is awesome, and I'm going to finish off with the Aura Sphere. Lol, did you see that Aura Sphere? It actually... It fired out of its... Play the video back. It actually fired out of its mouth, but it was already in Groudon's face when it hit. It was hilarious. Okay, that was... I don't know, someone do a GIF for that. Anyway, so Keldeo is going to come out. I want to save my Palkia for later on. I want to do that. So I'm going to go into Genesect here, which was absolutely incredibly amazing this battle. I get a download boost, which is pretty fun. So it gets a special attack boost, which is nice. I'm going to get hit by Secret Sword here. Now, this actually got Zap Cannon on it, and it lands. I'm like, damn! And with that special attack boost, I don't think Keldeo is going to live that one. No way. Has a high base power too, but it only has I think it's a 50% chance to land, so it's pretty low. Okay, so we're coming out here with Thunderous. I thought I could go for something a little bit later on. I kind of wanted to save that for Kyogre, so I thought I might be able to land another lucky hit on it. Okay, so into Palkia. It's already got paralyzed. It's got 3/4 of its health left. It's pretty slow, so I thought I'd do that. So it's going to, Thunderous is going to use Thunder. Funny that. That does quite a bit. So here I just went for Spatial Rain again, so I thought that'd be my best option here. Do the most damage I possibly can. And I'm going to go down to another Thunder. So poor Palkia. His shiny doesn't really look too different anyway. Okay, so I'm going to swap in Arceus. Now, Arceus had some pretty interesting moves. It had Judgment, of course. It had Judgment. It had Perish Song. It had Recover and Hyper Beam. So it was a solid 11 out of 10 moveset. Okay, so I get hit by Thunder once again. This Thunderous loves using Thunder, and I get paralyzed again. So that's good. That's never happened before. So I've got the Perish Song up at least. So it's got to have to swap out. So I had a little plan in mind here. So I get hit by Thunder again. Actually went for Recover here because I was really trying to force a swap here. I had an idea, and I wanted to keep my Arceus in reasonably good health here. Okay, so we're down to Perish count 2. Thunder actually misses this time for once, and I just went for Recover again. There. So I know this turn Thunderous is going to have to swap unless, they don't realize what Perish Song actually does, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt that they swap because that would be really, really silly if they did. Okay, so Kyogre's going to come out again, and I thought, well, I can swap into my Genesect again and try and go for a Zap Cannon, lucky hit. So I swapped this out and went back into that. So I was actually in the lead here, so I was pretty excited. So I was going here for the lucky Zap Cannon. Then when the download went up, I actually get an attack boost here, and I was like, fuck it, let's do Self-Destruct, because it actually learns that as one of its last moves. And with that +1, it hits really, really hard and takes Kyogre out, so that was absolutely amazing. And that's my Genesect down, but that Genesect was awesome this battle. It did 2 really funny kills on the Keldeo and the Primal Kyogre. So I had 2 Pokemon left, there was that Thunderous left. Now, I thought I'd sit out my Mew here. Try and go for a Me first. I already showed I had Me first, but I thought bugger it. So Me first actually works here, and Thunderous gets a stare at my purple ass. Excuse me, my blue ass. And I'm going to go for Thunder here on Thunderous, and that does whoa, that does 3/4. And Thunder misses from Thunderous, and I go for Me first again, and they attacked. I thought they have some statusy moves, so this would fail. I still had Arceus as backup anyway, but that's kind of what I expected from it. After that sheer cold, I was kind of expecting one of these battles. So there you go, I did it. Enjoy the bloopers.